Welcome to the Fit Dad Nation podcast, forging strong fathers and raising a stronger generation. It's time to get up or shut up with your host, Steve Roy.
Hey guys, Steve here, host of the Fit Dad Nation podcast. Welcome to the show. Thank you for listening. I do appreciate it. So anyway, if you're listening to this show right now, and you guys know that, yeah, if you're familiar with the show, you're familiar with what I've been doing for a while, you know that I just try to give it to you straight. You know, there's already enough bullshit in this industry, far more than you could ever consume. This industry is just probably the worst in the world for delivering absolute horseshit, false promises, and it's extremely frustrating for me. So, you know, when I record a show like this, you know, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not trying to trick you into anything. I'm not trying to manipulate you into following me on social media. I'm not trying to do any of that shit. I'm just trying to be real with you because I've been doing this for a long time. I've been training myself for a very long time and have kind of figured out what works and what doesn't. And, you know, at the end of the day, it's just about helping other dads live a better life. I mean, that's what it really boils down to. And, you know, we've got a couple ways that we do that in the Fit Dad Nation. Obviously, you can listen to the show. We've got a free Facebook group called the Fit Dad Base Camp, which you can apply to at fitdadnation.com/community. We also have we'll call it a mastermind / membership program. It's a private member program called the Fit Dad Nation Inner Circle, where we do new challenges every month, among other things. Great place for dads that are serious about taking back their health. You can learn more about that, fitdadnation.com/inner circle. And, you know, what I want to talk about today, this is something that's been on my mind for a while. And it's, you know, I want to talk about how kind of life gets in the way of what we say we want. So what I'm talking about specifically is, you know, there is not a man listening to this show right now that does not want to look better, feel better, have more health, live longer, have a higher quality of life, have more energy, have a better sex life, be more attractive to the opposite sex, or I guess suppose the same sex. But we all want that. Every guy listening to the show wants that. And some of those things are extremely important to some of you. Some of you are very interested in this aesthetics, which is fine. Some of you are more interested in quality of life type stuff, or even being a better role model for your kids, whatever it is. Some extremely powerful reasons. And the problem is, you know, it's not happening. I mean, sure, there are plenty of dads out there that are committed to their health, of course, right? But in my experience, there are far more that don't have that commitment. They want it, absolutely, just like you want to be independently wealthy, right? Everybody wants to not ever to have to worry about money. Yeah, that'd be great, right? But the sad fact is that the vast majority struggle financially, live paycheck to paycheck. And so when it comes to your health, yeah, we all want these things and we're not doing them. And of course, you know, there's so many reasons. And I just want to share my journey and my thoughts on why this is. Because, I mean, think about it for a second. It doesn't make a lot of sense, right? So let's call it the average 45-year-old dad is carrying around 20, 30, 40 extra pounds that he's put on over the years just from living, you know, a lot more sedentary than he had been, right? So most of us in our teens and 20s, maybe even to our early 30s, we're pretty active. A lot of us played sports. A lot of us were gym nuts, whatever it was. But, you know, life gets in the way and we have kids, we get, you know, careers, we start climbing the corporate ladder. We spend a lot more time sitting behind a desk, and then we start doing everything for our families, kids, everything. And at the end of the day, we run out of time, run out of energy, and you just put yourself last. And then that just becomes a habit. And then before you know it, you wake up one day and you're like, fuck, I feel like shit. I mean, I feel like shit all the time. I just wish I had more energy. I wish, you know, I could get some of that strength back that I used to have. I wish that I could be more athletic like I once was. I'm tired of feeling like this. I'm tired of my wife looking at me like I'm a fat slob. You know, those things happen every day. So when I was married, that's what happened to me. We had 2 daughters. Both were 6 weeks early and had some health problems. And that was just the start of everything, where I truly just spent all my time giving. And I'm not going to say that that's bad. Obviously, if you're giving to your family, this is obviously not a negative thing, of course, right? A lot of us feel like we need to do that. We owe it to the families. And again, I can't fault anybody for doing that. I did it for a very long time. And the problem was I just didn't leave anything for myself. And so I was burned out. I was stressed out. I was tired. I wasn't in any kind of physical shape at all. I didn't feel particularly great. Didn't have a lot of energy. Didn't have any motivation to do any of that shit. I just wanted to get through the day, so I'd get up. So my day, a lot of times, was like this. So my oldest daughter, who at the time was pretty young, was not a great sleeper. She would get up multiple times a night, come and wake me up. My side of the bed happened to be closest to the door, so she would come get me, wake me up, 2, 3, 4 times a night. And I was already getting up at 4:45 in the morning, some mornings, to drive 35, 40 minutes to see a couple of personal training clients that I worked with. I would turn around, come back, change into my suit at my office where I worked in a brokerage firm, work for 8 or 9 hours. And then some nights I would change back into my sweats and shorts and whatever and go out to a local park and teach a boot camp class or two after work. Because I wanted to be part of I wanted to have that fitness piece in my life still, but I couldn't afford to do it full time because I was working at a brokerage firm and I had two little girls and a family to support. So, I had to keep that job. So yeah, obviously you can see where I'm going with this. I was completely exhausted by the time I got home, and I'd take the kids out a little bit, maybe to the park, or
give them baths and put them to bed, and then start the process. And I just was trying to get through the day. That was it. I was trying to survive, and it lasted for years. And yeah, of course, I look back at pictures now of that period of my life, and yeah, I was a disaster. I could just see how unhappy I was. I was just drooping my head down. My body was a total dad bod, just no muscle tone, just skinny fat person. And it just wasn't conducive to having a good life. And that's what happens to so many guys. And I see it day in and day out. I have, multiple groups, different challenges, programs, individual clients. I have a lot of different moving parts in this business, and I see it across all of them all the time. It's tough to see that. It really is. Only because I know what these guys are going through because I've been there for such a long time, and it literally just sucks the life out of you. Add on top of the fact that if you have a strained marriage like I did, or if you have a job that you didn't like I did, makes it just that much worse. And if you're not happy, something's not right. Something has to change, whether it's getting marriage counseling or whether it's, potentially trying to find a new job, whatever it is. You have to look for that. You can't just put your head down and say, oh, well, I guess this is my life. This is the hand I'm dealt. I'm going to grind it out for the next 40 years and then retire, and then everything will be great. It's not going to work out that way. So, with all of the things that I've been through, with the knowledge that I've gained about myself, self-awareness, I still go through periods where I'm down and out. Still go through times where I just don't want to do shit. I do this for a living, right? Full time. I train people, I work with clients, and I still go through periods like this. So, this is not an uncommon thing. Like, I'm not here to beat you up and saying, well, if you're not training every day, you're being a lazy sack of shit. No, nothing like that. It's the fact that I get it. It's because life gets in the way. It really does. And you could say that's an excuse. If you're really committed, you can make it happen. And of course, there's some truth to that. But really, realistically speaking, it's very unlikely that you're just going to be able to be that motivated or that inspired all the time to keep it going. And sure, it does happen. But in the vast majority of cases, at least in my experience and with myself, my clients over the years, that's just not the case. You can be hot for a while. It could be months. It could be years. But then you're going to hit a block. You're going to hit something's going to come up. Someone in the family is going to get sick. Someone's going to die. Your dog is going to die. Something is going to come up in your life that's going to throw you off, and you aren't going to be able to recover quickly, and you're going to end up off your game back to where, it's most comfortable. And for most of us, it's most comfortable eating comfort foods, eating fast foods, things that taste good, give us short-term spikes, short-term energy. They give us a rush.
whether it's a soda, it's an energy drink, it's McDonald's, whatever it is. And then, being inactive, right? A lot of us, it's not a natural thing to go find a place to train, right? It's just obviously easier, the path of least resistance, to sit down and just avoid that thing and, do something else. Of course, there's no answer to this, right? There's no solution to this. And, the reason why this business is so huge, billions and billions of dollars are being spent on this diet fitness industry is because people are claiming that they have the solution, right? It's just as easy as XYZ. It's as easy as this program. It's as easy as following this diet for 30 days, right? Joe did it. You can do it too, right? And it's just not the case, right? That can it work for people? Sure. Any program, any diet, anything can work for anybody at any given time, but there is no solution because it comes down to truly having an innate, deep desire to push forward despite the things that are going on in your life, to keep pushing forward, to keep making it happen, and being able to recover. And that's the thing, is coming out of this and getting right back after it. So whether it's a short-term thing, so you guys know we do a lot of challenges. I mean, I've done hundreds of challenges in the Fit Dad Nation over the years. And really the main reason isn't just to kick your ass and give you great workouts. It's to get you fired up and get you on a path to something bigger and better and more long-term. That's why we do a lot of different types of challenges, because things just click for certain guys. Sometimes we do, let's say an intermittent fasting challenge, and, we've got guys in there that just realize, what, this is something that really works for me and my lifestyle, my eating. It's perfect. And I'm losing weight and I'm seeing results and I feel great. Boom. That person is now going to be changing their life going forward, which is exactly the reason. It's exactly what you want to have happen. That's what I want to have happen with each challenge. It's not to sell you something and then at the end of the 30 days say, oh, that was it. I need to sell you something else. So hopefully, there's always a takeaway, and there's not always someone that walks away from this and says, wow, that just changed my life. It's not always the case, but that's always the goal. So for me, I go through different challenges. I'm motivated by short-term challenges myself. It doesn't mean that that's the right or it's wrong. I'm just motivated by committing to a group, and these are my groups, but I do many of the challenges myself with my guys, and I stay accountable because of that. I can't lead the challenge if I'm not doing the challenge the way that I'm teaching it. So just coming off a 45-day challenge, not that long ago, I made some radical changes to my diet, and I was in a pretty crappy place before that, and I came away with 12, 13 pounds lighter, feeling amazing. Diet had totally cleaned up. I got super consistent with exercise again, and I've backed off of it. I'm not going to lie. I got really busy with some work and some other stuff. And I backed off it a bit and regressed a little bit. And I just have to realize that that's, what's happening in my life right now. Am I getting discouraged? No, of course not. And I really encourage you not to be discouraged and don't say, fuck it, I quit because I can't do this anymore, and just give up, right? Just recognize that where you're at in your life, hey, it's going to be a struggle. I'm not going to be able to get after it. And I want to give you an example of someone. So I have a handful of clients that I see in person. Most of my stuff is online, but it's a guy that I met recently through pickleball, and he's since become a friend of mine. But he's in his late 30s, a couple young kids. He's got some weight to lose. Not a big guy by any means, but it's been a while for him since he's had a chance to work out and really get into fitness, years. And so, we've got a lot of issues, strength-wise, flexibility-wise that we have to work on. And so I just, just like I tell you guys, we just started real basic, took it from the ground up, set realistic expectations. Like, you're not going to lose 30 pounds this month. Like, that's not the goal here. It's to clean up your diet. It's to get you moving more. It's to get you stronger. It's going to get you good foundational movements. You're going to start seeing some small wins, whether it's strength, whether you see changes in your clothes, whether you drop a few pounds. And he's done all of those things. But at the end of the day, it's literally about being accountable and showing up. And so for you at home that, obviously I'm not going to be seeing you face to face,
find something, find someone, a group, whatever it is that's going to click for you and help you be accountable, because I will say that that's seriously one of the main factors in all of this is accountability. I've talked about this at length before, but it's not super exciting to say, oh, I got an accountability partner, but it's extremely powerful to have a person or a group of people that actually truly care if you show up or not. You have to have someone that's invested in you emotionally, right? Even if people are paying me and I don't give a shit, that's not helping them, right? So whether you're paying a coach or a trainer or whatever, make sure that they actually care about your results and not just trying to collect a paycheck. It's really important. There's a big difference. I've seen it both ways. Find someone that truly wants you to succeed. And so with this guy that I've been working with, he is fired up. It's only been, I think, maybe a few weeks we've been working together. He's down, I think he said 7 pounds, which is awesome. But it's more in his mindset. Like he's excited again about life. He's excited again about progress. He's excited how it's going to change his life, and he's already felt the difference. He's felt the difference with his going from eating a typical American diet, which is not great, obviously, to just really eating, for the most part, high quality food, staying away from the obvious junk, controlling his calories, drinking plenty of water, and he's working out every day, doing mobility every day. And he feels great. And you can see it just in the way he walks. You can see it in the way he talks. And that's the life changer there. And for you need to find something like that. You need to find something that gets you fired up, that gets you excited about continuing to progress. So, might not be, physical training at all. It could be something else. Like, for example, I recently, in the last couple of months, picked up a sport called pickleball. And, for me, I'm a lifelong tennis player. I love all racket sports, and I've literally fallen in love with this sport. I play it 6 days a week now. I absolutely love it. And part of my motivation now to continue to get stronger, work on my mobility, my rotational movement, my lateral movement, is to allow me to continue playing. I'm pretty competitive. I'm pretty good at the sport, and keeping fit to stay on the court. I play 3 hours at a time typically, and that's it can be a long time if you're in a constant games. And I like to run around the court a lot, and so I'm burning a lot of calories. But I need to be mobile. I need to be strong enough to make those shots, the backhands and the drop shots and the overhead slams, constantly repeated shots over and over and over. And so those are the things that kind of motivate me. So for you, if maybe you love, something else, another sport, something that can get you excited about progressing and staying in the game. And so for my client here, he's also playing pickleball, but for him, he really wants to get stronger, get leaner, add some muscle, because it's going to change the rest of his life. It's going to change how his confidence and really, with 2 little ones, his energy. That's a huge thing, to have just wake up and just boom, feel great. Does not happen very often. A lot of us are just like having the hardest time getting up, getting through the day. When you're on your game, when you're feeling good and you're inspired / motivated to, do bigger and better things every day, life changes, your outlook changes, and ironically, just things seem to happen for you. And it's just, I'm not really a big believer in, stuff like The Secret, where if you just manifest it, good shit happens. I think you have to create that stuff, but it's ironic how good things happen when you're in that space. I've seen it in my own life for years. When things are flowing, I'll get calls, leads, new clients, just shit falls out of the sky on me, but it's because I'm in a different mental state and I'm working my ass off towards things, and then all the pieces seem to start coming together. That's what I want for you. Whatever it looks like, whatever it is, as long as you're getting one day better, something I truly believe in, get one day better. Doesn't have to be training. Like I said, find something that's going to improve your life, your physical health, your emotional health, your mental health. Very, very important. But the takeaway here today is really, you have to understand that your life is not going to be just a straight line where you can just follow this path. Okay, these are the things I want to do. I'm going to work out 6 days a week at the gym. I'm going to hike on Wednesdays. I'm going to play pickleball on Tuesdays, Wednesdays. So that's great on paper, but your life doesn't happen on paper. And so you have to just remember that as life starts to throw you curveballs, shit gets heavy. You just have to get through it. Do not quit. I mean, you just can't take the mentality of life's too difficult and give up. Take a step back, recognize where you're at, and then just get right back after it. And again, guys, please, if you do nothing else, find a group, find a person, find someone, again, that's emotionally invested in you. Make yourself accountable to them. It's that important. For a lot of you, it could just be your spouse. No doubt your spouse wants to see you happier, healthier, fitter, leaner, trimmer, all that stuff. No doubt. Absolutely. Figure out a way to make that conversation happen. Position yourself for success. And seriously, just start putting in the work every day. If you want help, if you have specific questions, you can always hit me up on social at the Fit Dad Nation. I'm always here to help. And again, I'm just trying to just be straight with you here with all the stuff that I'm doing. If you want to have a conversation about this stuff, just reach out to me. Send me a message. I respond to all my messages, my emails. steve@fitdadnation.com is my email. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you listening. Stay strong, and just remember to get one day better. We'll talk next week.
Thanks for joining us. And remember, if you want more information, check out the Fit Dad Basecamp group on Facebook. And don't forget to stop by fitdadnation.com. Until next time, keep kicking ass and taking the next step. You can do this, Dad.